Alright, welcome back to Q&A session. We are excited to have Ms. Kriti Khanal with us again, bringing 17 years of experience in Canadian immigration. She is here to share the latest updates on recent express entry draws and its pauses. Also, we're going to be talking about the Federal Skilled Worker Program, its requirements, and also what is the Certificate of Qualification. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. Let's get started with our first question. Could you please update on recent express entry draws?
Of course. Well, as of today, there hasn't been a new update since the last express entry draw on October 23rd, 2024. We have seen a pause in the draw since then. The last one targeted trade occupations, where 1,800 invitations were issued and the lowest CRS score of 433 was selected. So it was a promising draw for the skilled trade workers.
There have been pauses in express entry draws. Is it a good sign or a bad sign?
Good questions. Pauses in draws aren't uncommon and can indicate several things. So in the meantime, candidates can still improve their profile by improving their language skills or gaining the additional work experience or even exploring PNP options, which can add 600 points to their CRS score.
Could you tell us about the Federal Skills Worker Program and its eligibility requirements?
Yeah, sure. So the Federal Skilled Worker Program is designed specifically for skilled workers who want to become a permanent resident based on their qualification in the skilled trade, right? So to be eligible, applicant must meet the minimum requirement in skilled trades like the work experience requirement, valid job offer or certificate of qualifications, and of course the language requirement as well.
So what is certificate of qualification?
So certificate of qualification proves that you are qualified to work in certain skilled trade in Canada. This means, of course, you need to pass the certification exam and meet all the requirements to practice your trade in the province or territory that issue your certificate.
So job offer is mandatory for this program?
No, it's not mandatory. Applicant need either a valid job offer for a full-time employment lasting at least a year or a certificate of qualification in their skilled trade issued by a Canadian province, territory, or federal authority.
What about language requirement? Language requirement is mandatory?
So even for federal skilled trade program, of course, the applicant must meet the language requirement as well. So for the speaking and listening, they must meet the minimum requirement of CLB 5. And for reading and writing, they must get CLB 4.
And what about education requirements?
So there is no education requirement for skilled trade program, and you must show that you have enough money for you and your family if you want to settle in Canada, unless you are currently legally working and have a valid job offer from the employer in Canada.
Alright, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing these insights with us. Don't forget to join us next week for more updates.